Hey guys, I'm back with another candle review, and this time around it's for the 18-ounce 4-wick Mochaccino Crumb Cake candle from HomeWorx by Slatkin & Co. I did purchase this myself online, and the notes on this read vanilla crumb cake, mocha latte, creamy caramel, and powdered sugar. So yeah, I was super excited for this one based on the notes and the name and everything, but after having burned it a few times, I have to say I'm kind of underwhelmed by it, which is kind of the case with the all the recent purchases that I made from my latest online haul from them. They've just been all kind of a little underwhelming, which I buy these candles with the best of intentions because hello, if I'm spending money on them, I do kind of want them to perform and throw well, but that just hasn't been the case. So yes, but in any case, yeah, so on cold this smells pretty nice, but when you go to burn it, it just really doesn't translate very well. So on cold, what it smells like though is you get like a nice creamy coffee fragrance first and foremost. It's not as bold or roasty as like Paris Cafe from BBW, but it's still like creamy and still present enough that it smells like a coffee fragrance in there. There's a little bit of like a cocoa powder fragrance mixed in with the coffee fragrance that evokes the mocha component of the mocha latte note. So you get indeed like a mocha latte coffee type of fragrance in there. It's slightly creamy as well. It's then mixed with like a vague vanilla bakery fragrance that's not overly bakery or overly crumbly or anything like that, but there's like some type of like, I guess, vanilla cakey fragrance kind of running through there. And it has a slightly weird like baby powder perfumey note underlying in the fragrance. I guess the baby powderness is supposed to evoke like the powdered sugar component of the crumb cake. And it kind of does evoke sort of the crumbly texture of the top of the crumb cake as well. And so basically you get like a mocha chocolatey coffee fragrance mixed with a slight vanilla bakery fragrance. And that's what this kind of smells like. And it smells decent on cold. But when you go to burn it, it just really doesn't translate because A, first of all, it's not very strong at all. But B, like when you go to burn it, it just smells like this very, very cheap, just like imitation fake coffee with like a waxy, crayony, Play-Doh-y vanilla. And it just doesn't smell very well. It's just like this, like truly like some just like a cheap imitation coffee fragrance you would find from like Big Lots or Home Depot or Dollar Tree or something like that. It's just not great. There's just like this very waxy, crayony, plasticky vanilla fragrance with like this fake like almost like that popcorny type of coffee fragrance. But overall, the fragrance itself isn't even that very strong either. So it's not like you can really smell it so much. So yeah, just overall, this just totally falls flat when you go to burn it. So at least that was my experience with this one. So now that I've kind of like spoken about the fragrance, let me go into the performance. This is a 5th burn and has the wicks that soot quite a bit. It definitely soots by like the end of the first hour, regardless of like, you know, even if I trim it down to like the smallest little nubs, it still soots a lot by the end of the first hour. So I kind of have to like watch this one. I usually have to blow it out after 2 hours, but I'm like, you know what? I really want to get a deep, even wax pull on this to see if the fragrance will get going a little bit more. So on this last burn right here, I did let it go for like 3 or 4 hours, and it was sooting quite a bit. You just had to kind of like put up with it, but unfortunately, that really did not improve the performance on this one, or at least the throw. The throw on this is just very, very light, anywhere from like a 1 to a 3. Like maybe a 3 in a smaller bedroom. I can kind of catch whiffs of it and sort of smell it. But every time it's in like my living room, it's like a 1 to a 2. I can barely smell it. It just certainly doesn't fill the room. I have to really go searching for it. I kind of have like sniff right on top of it to get any of the fragrance. And I get that sort of like waxy, crayony fragrance going from the candle, and it's like pretty much it, but it doesn't really like travel very well, and it's just, yeah, it's rather weak. It's like virtually unscented at sometimes. I really can't smell it when I have it going in my living room. So anywhere from like a 1 to a 3. So if you want a really, really, really light fragrance and sometimes virtually unscented, then check this one out. But otherwise, for me, I can't recommend it based on throw. There's a lot of good reviews online, but I'm just kind of like, I guess, reporting my experience, so I really don't know, but that's just how mine has been performing. Overall, I would not recommend this. I wouldn't repurchase it, and if I had to go back in time, would I have bought it? No, this just had so much promise on cold, and I just like the naming and the concept of it. Even has like a slight tiramisu feel to it in the sense that it's like a, you know, like the Ladyfingers bakery fragrance mixed with like a cocoa powder dusting on top of the tiramisu, mixed with like the, you know, Ladyfingers soaked in the espresso, so that's like the coffee note. Even has like a tiramisu type of feel to it, but it's just like when you go to burn it, it's just like really just doesn't smell great. And it's also very weak as well, so I just really can't get on board with this one. A total bummer. So that's pretty much it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.